Gemini. Texas is heavily armed. That doesn't mean that like y'all can go to the range, but firing under duress is completely different than being anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I will say this too, and people got to know this, especially gun owners. Yeah. How to put this with being respectful. I would say 60 to 70% of the people that own guns have never actually discharged it into another person, probably one, right? And there's a barrier that exists if you haven't done it before. Shooting a target, shooting things downrange, and actually discharging that with the intent to end life into a human person. Most people hesitate in the moment of truth, but that leads to fucking death. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care how.
Yeah, but that goes for police officers. There's plenty of police officers that never had to fire.
No, I'm not just saying. I'm not trying to target anybody. I'm just saying in general. This is a fact for anybody that knows weaponry and have been around guns and have had to do what you need to do. I'll put it that way. Yeah. There is a barrier that most people can't break when it comes to actually shooting somebody. And I've had friends that were killed by their own gun because they pulled it and didn't finish the job. Like once you up that ante and you put it life or death on the line, because once you pull a gun, it is a life or death situation at that point, right? Mm-hmm. That is when the rubber meets the road and you get to see who's who.
And you cannot shoot anybody in the back. If they're leaving the premises, you cannot shoot them in the back. If they're closing that gap and they're facing you, you absolutely have to close that gap and you have to shoot them. You cannot hesitate or anything like that kind of stuff, because like my folks told me, get behind something, don't open yourself up, get skinny, stay skinny and shoot, don't open your body up, and you will have a lot better chance of living than trying to,
to answer Lisa's question. No, Lisa,
can I?
The simple answer
Can I say something?
Is hell no.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
No.
That's it. Lisa's question. We was answering Lisa's question. Gemini said hell no, and I said no.
Can I say something?
That's a fact.
Somebody said, can they ask the question? Sure.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Holding a weapon is one thing. Knowing how to use it is another thing. Okay, I remember that was the origin of Palestine or something, where Osama bin Laden was killed. And if you noticed, that was during the Obama regime. Special forces were sent there. They were not. That mission wasn't meant for anybody. It was meant for special people. Like in America, you have special agents that are trained to kill. Yeah. You might have the same weapon they have, but you don't have the same mindset they have. That is where it comes to when you have a weapon and you know how to use it and you have the mind to use it. That is another thing. You might hold a weapon and shoot someone, the person is half dead, and you'll be scared and might not want to shoot again. But there are people that are trained for it. That is where special people comes in.
No, I mean, I understand. I'm not saying that you should go out here and, act like, special forces, but when you're in your property, you know the layout of your land or your property. I mean, look, you have, like, one of my friends, he said, look, if I know that there are people trying to surround me, I got to get the high ground. Now I can pick you off in a tree in my yard. He was like, look, that, you know what I mean? And so he designed a little perch or whatever you want to call it. So if something happens, you get up there, so there are ways for you to defend your property against people who may try to invade what you're trying to do. Am I saying for everybody to do that? No, but you need to know how to shoot a gun, at least basic skills. We learned how to shoot a gun at the age of 12 out here in Texas. At least I did. I don't know about everybody else.
Okay, so breaking news, you gun owners. So no one's going to be coming over here anytime soon. No. Everyone, welcome to the 420 Lounge. And the title is Trump is the #1 president in the world, because he's finally brokered a ceasefire to a war that he helped start. Now, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great?
Wow.
So I got breaking news from the best station in the world who's going to break this news to you, and that's Fox. It's the most accurate, it's the most